Challenges faced by Nigeria's export industry. Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, is rich in resources but faces substantial challenges in its export sector. Despite its wealth in natural resources, the country's economy is heavily reliant on the global oil market. This overdependence on oil exports leaves Nigeria highly vulnerable to fluctuations in oil prices, which directly affect its export revenue and overall economic stability. The challenges impeding Nigeria's export industry include: 1. Overdependence on oil. Exports. Nigeria's reliance on oil is a major hindrance to the growth of its export industry. The government and various elites have long focused on oil revenues, neglecting the development of non-oil sectors. This has led to a lack of genuine commitment to diversify the economy, despite the rhetoric about enhancing exports. Most government levels, from national to local, are deeply entrenched in a system that benefits from oil revenue, which has blinded policymakers to the potential benefits of diversifying exports, such as boosting the local currency and creating employment opportunities. 2. Infrastructural deficiencies. Nigeria's infrastructural challenges severely constrain its export capacity. The country suffers from poor road networks, inefficient port facilities, and an unreliable power supply, all of which lead to delays and increased operational costs for exporters. The lack of reliable infrastructure not only slows down business, but also deters potential investors from engaging in export activities. The persistent issue of erratic electricity supply, paired with high electricity bills, further discourages businesses, creating an environment in which the cost of production and logistics becomes unsustainable. 3. Bureaucratic hurdles and complicated trade procedures. Bureaucracy remains a significant obstacle in Nigeria's export industry. The export process is often bogged down by complex, opaque, and unpredictable trade regulations that make it difficult for businesses to navigate efficiently. The lack of streamlined procedures increases costs and delays, discouraging exporters from accessing international markets. The Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC, established to simplify these processes, has not been effective. Exporters frequently report experiences of inefficiency, with some officials demanding kickbacks or even attempting to become business partners, further complicating efforts to export goods from Nigeria. 4. Security concerns. Nigeria's export potential, particularly in agricultural sectors, is hampered by widespread insecurity. For years, regions across the country have faced threats from extremist groups like Boko Haram and criminal elements such as Fulani herdsmen, making farming and agro-exports risky. In many areas, farmers are forced to negotiate with local gangs for protection, which stifles production and affects export volumes. The absence of robust government action to address these security concerns exacerbates the problem, disrupting supply chains and dissuading businesses from investing in export activities. 5. Limited access to international markets. Nigerian exporters also struggle to access international markets due to non-tariff barriers and stringent quality control standards. These challenges make it difficult for Nigeria to diversify its export base. While Nigeria has signed trade agreements with several countries, many exporters fail to take full advantage of these agreements due to a lack of awareness and the complexities involved in complying with international standards. Greater awareness campaigns and training programs could help exporters better navigate these markets. 6. Corruption. Corruption is perhaps the most pervasive challenge facing Nigeria's export industry. The country ranks poorly on global corruption indices, and corruption permeates all levels of the export process. From excessive demands for bribes at multiple points in the export chain to the embezzlement of funds meant to support export initiatives, corruption significantly raises the cost of doing business. It undermines government efforts to promote exports and discourages both local and foreign investors. Even policies set by the Central Bank of Nigeria to encourage non-oil exports have been hindered by corrupt practices, mainly by agencies of the government. In conclusion, Nigeria must adopt a comprehensive strategy to overcome the challenges hindering its export industry and unlock its full potential. National policies should focus on diversifying the economy beyond oil, ensuring that sectors such as agriculture and manufacturing receive adequate support. Infrastructure development, including roads, ports, and reliable electricity, must be prioritized and extended to rural areas to facilitate smooth export operations. Streamlining bureaucratic processes is also essential. Institutions like the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC, must be reformed to truly function as one-stop hubs for exporters, simplifying trade procedures and ensuring transparency. Furthermore, addressing the country's security challenges is critical to ensure safe production and transport of goods. Fighting corruption remains key to creating a transparent and predictable business environment, which will encourage both local and foreign investment. By implementing these measures, Nigeria can not only strengthen its export industry, but also foster economic growth and build a more resilient, diversified economy.
Join us at Diaspoint and share your constructive views and opinions. Your voice has the power to uplift marginalized communities and inspire real change. Together, we can build an informed society that stands against bad governance. Watch, comment, and share Diaspoint articles with your network to help create a positive impact. Diaspoint, empowered by Africans in diaspora.